Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome back to stream, y'all. Thank you guys all for coming, and welcome back. I know it's been just a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Last week ended up being a little bit unexpected, but things are okay. I'm okay. And we're back, so we will be continuing probably on our normal schedule for at least a little bit. But it does occur to me, Thanksgiving is coming up. Happy early Thanksgiving, everybody. I will probably not be streaming. I assume I will probably have things to do, so keep an eye on Moobot for that. I'll try to update you guys for sure, but for now, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be streaming on Thanksgiving. But hello, everyone, and welcome back. How are y'all doing? Yeah, NaNoWriMo has been kicking my butt too, Rain. I think you're well aware of that one. Yeah, I am not as far along as I'd like to be, and I'm catching up, but oh boy. I'm gonna have to get right back to writing at the end of this. And hello, QT, thank you for joining us. And to everybody else, Toshiba, Lizzie, Accurate Adam, Celestella, Hogwarts Dreamer, welcome y'all. Welcome Court. Thank you guys all for coming. And we are here with Puma, who it looks like actually needs to take a snooze. How are we doing on food? I'm trying to remember. I think everything, oh yeah, Sky is sick, that's right. Oh boy. And we have the fishing pole, but I think we needed to take a sleep is what was happening here. I'm trying to remember where we left off since it has been a little bit. Oh no, your cat is being a bad boy. Uh-oh. Sometimes kitties are like that. Evie is not around right now. I think she's still sleeping under my bed. She usually does that at about this time. She'll probably come stumbling out midway through stream, as she often does, and it'll look like she needs her morning coffee. She's very funny. She'll just stumble her way right over to her food dish. She'll get some food, she'll get some water. Oh, is that a recovery sound that I hear? Oh, and a storm sound by the look of it. Sky is healthy. Yo! Alright, that's a good way to start the episode. And the pups are actually getting pretty close to fully grown. Oh, and Splash. Let's have Splash stay in the grass for now, just to be safe. Because I think we're gonna head right out. Yeah, the territory, or the affinity is not too low. How is the territory, though? It could use some boosting. Alright, let's head out this way, and we'll go that way. But yeah, it's very funny. Evie just will kind of, she'll come stumbling her way out. She'll go straight to the food. She'll get some food. She'll go straight to her water. She'll get some water. And only then will she meow or respond to anything. Like, you can just see the poor cat hasn't woken up yet. It takes her a minute, and it's such a mood. I feel it so much. NaNoWriMo is really fun and really hard if you don't get your words done on time for the first few weeks. I'm kind of in the same boat as Rain. I am not as far along as I should be. I did not do enough words the first week, like I said. Well, first and second week. Last week was kind of chaotic. How are we already 2 weeks through November? We're already halfway through November. What is this? It's gonna be 2022 in a month. What is happening? Where has the time gone? It's going too dang fast, y'all. I can't deal with it. But yeah, it's really fun. If you like writing, I definitely recommend it. It's a fun challenge, and it can be really motivating to try and take on. But that said, it definitely is a challenge. It is not an easy thing to do, but it can be a very, very rewarding thing to do. And actually, I think I've done it properly 2 years. I tried to do it a couple other years and didn't get very far along. But I actually won it 2 of the years that I did it, and that was where I did at least parts of the drafts for my current novel project, which is what I'm working on at the moment. Did I run past the scent post? I did. And it has definitely encouraged me to get work done on those, which has been really, really good, because I want to keep working on that. Now, I can't can't say that those novels will be ready anytime soon. It's a trilogy, and I'm just now starting work on book 2. Yeah, I'm hoping to at some point make those be something, so who knows, maybe you'll see some stories from me at some point in the future. Hopefully from Rain, too. Rain is also an awesome writer. I have read her work, and it is very, very, very good. But yeah, it does, depending on how fast you are, I think, depending on how many words you write in an hour, if you do 500 to 1,000, that's a couple hours, 3 hours a day of writing. If you have more than that, it's a lot more. If you get very behind, it's a lot more. And it is quite the challenge. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, 500 words an hour is not bad. I think, I don't know what my average is. I feel like my average is so sporadic because sometimes I'll struggle to get like 300 words and sometimes I'll do like 1,000 and there's like no in between and I don't even know what is happening. It just depends on how into the scene I get or not. How inspired I am. Oh, the babies are active again. The babies are out and about. That means it is snack time. I'm like, man. Oh, there's just bison just chilling there. We are inaccurate too, so we got to be careful. I got to remember that because, oh boy. As you can see, we do have our sub counter too. If we do get to 30 subs before we finish, which I don't know if we will or not, because I think this is probably going to be our last day. Let's move away from the bison. But if we do get to that, we'll play on accurate. If not, we will play on challenging. But yeah, let's see, yeah. 2020 went at the speed of light. 2021 has also gone at the speed of light. I don't know. I think with everything that's been going on, it's made it feel faster too. And I feel like, I don't know, I think the older you get, the faster that it gets. Like, time always felt like it went pretty slow when I was a kid. And now I'm like halfway through my 20s almost already. Not quite, but like, getting there. Definitely getting there. So like, man, it goes very, very fast. I wrote a story about wolves in 7th or 8th grade. That's awesome. Oh, and I remember when I used to write on notebook paper. I did, and oh gosh, I think some of these stories still exist. I used to write on some forums when I was younger, and it was definitely a good experience. Oh, there's Evie. Evie is here. Oh, are you coming to visit? Are you a little bit more awake this time? Hi. Hello. Oh, she's not as tired as I thought she'd be. Hello. She likes to sit here and she'll flop herself down just out of reach and then yell at me for not petting her. Evie, there's no way I can reach you from my chair and I have to play game now. What am I smelling? Flashlight. Ooh, we might find a flashlight. It's okay, Evie. But yeah, you know, it's good to keep your old writings if you have them, even if it's like, I know I feel embarrassed about a lot of my old writings, but you know, you grow, you get better at writing as time goes on, and even if those writings aren't where you are now in terms of talent and oh, hello! Thank you for the subscription, Furry. Thank you for the resub. I was like, what is this howl? What is happening? And then I realized, oh, that's the notification howl. But yeah, I'm a little bit discombobulated today. I've been like in frantic writing mode for half of the afternoon. But yeah, I think it's always important to keep all your old, or not necessarily to keep it, but like to even if you have a tendency like me to be a little embarrassed of the stuff you wrote when you were younger or whatever, drew or whatever it may be. We have a flashlight. It turns on, that's right. You can actually see it in the rain here. But even if you have that tendency to be a little bit embarrassed of it, like it's still a formative part of your journey and you wouldn't be where you are now if you weren't, like, you kind of have to go through that even if it's not the greatest to get to a better place, I guess. You cannot write by hand, you're always going back and editing things. I feel that. Yeah, I haven't written by hand for a long time. I also have like really chronically bad handwriting. It takes serious effort for me to make things legible, and so like it's not easy for me to handwrite stuff. In fact, for a lot of school, I actually got some permission to do some of my assignments on the computer because it took so much more effort that I couldn't keep up with note-taking and whatnot. So I did used to write by hand and then transfer it to a computer, but I'm a lot happier now that I can write on computer and do that directly. Also, like, I'm gonna like I'm gonna drop a plug here. I'm not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, then like I wouldn't say no if by some miracle you see this. Oh, You know what? Let's not actually. I've changed my mind. I don't want to be here. But I'm going to drop a plug for Scrivener being like probably the best writing software that I have ever used. It is incredible. It is well worth the cost, and it is just all around an awesome software. Again, not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, Scrivener, I will not say no. Because like I swear by Scrivener now. I started using it. I think I got it after the first year that I did Nano, like, seriously, and I've never gone back. It is incredible. My friend got me into it, and, like, I can't go back. Scrivener is top tier. Google Docs definitely does work as well, and, like, you can write on Word. You can even write, I used to write, oh gosh, the other thing I used to do when I would write, I wrote on the Notes app of my Kindle. Like the old Kindle, not the touchscreen Kindle, the kind that had like the buttons that you click to turn the page. I wrote, that was where I wrote the vast majority of a story that I think it ended up being like 200,000 words cumulatively, and it remains my biggest project. At least for the time being. If I finish this one, then this one will collectively be the biggest project. Oh, let's go ahead and hunt some of the babes while we're here. Although I don't know if we won't be able to bring the flashlight back. No, we might have to see. I don't think the mama is going to come back for this. I think it'll be more important to bring back food. I'm going to get just so sidetracked doing everything. But yeah, you can write on pretty much anything, but I definitely recommend, if you are looking for writing software, I definitely recommend Scrivener, because so far that's been like the best thing that I've found for collecting everything together and keeping it semi-organized and whatnot. I'm going to track down one of the other babies and try to bring that back, and we will just leave the flashlight, because as much as I want to bring it with us, we better find some, like, actual food, because I think Koji's kind of hungry and the puppies are kind of hungry. Alright, there we go. Baby by itself. I'm so sorry, but thus is the circle of life. Let's see, how did I write on the Kindle? I really don't know. I wouldn't have that in me today. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wrote it in Kindle, and then I copied it on my computer and copy-pasted it all into a Word document by hand. It was a time. And I wrote so many notes on there, I had so many words that the Notes app actually started to lag out and would take like 3 minutes to turn the page. I don't know why this is bringing up all these old memories, but like, yeah, that was a time when I used to write in the Kindle writing software. Yeah, Scrivener is also a one-time payment too, which is really nice. It's not even all that expensive, to be honest. I think it's like $50 normally, and I think they do tend to do discounts with NaNoWrite though if you win. But for something that's like a one-time purchase and not a subscription, and you get updates to it, that's pretty dang good. So yeah, like, I swear by Scrivener now. It is well recommended if you do want to get into that. But again, like, you don't need high-end software to be able to do things. It can just be a nice help if you're going to pursue something pretty seriously. Oh yeah, I will side-eye Adobe with you too. I'm not totally free of them. I still use Photoshop for some things, but I am very happy to say that I found alternative apps that are pretty dang good to compete with almost everything, and really the only thing that I use it for is like text manipulation stuff for like thumbnails and stuff. I haven't found anything that quite does the text effects well, so I still make my thumbnails in Photoshop, but that's about all that I use it for. I'm gonna call Koji over here and we'll let him eat, and then we'll go back and we'll feed the pups from the food that we have for him. Yep, Adobe is notoriously expensive, and it's really frustrating that this is like the industry standard program. That frustrates me, and Maya frustrates me, because Maya is like industry standard for 3D, and for 3D animation. And Maya is also expensive as heck. I used Maya when I did 3D stuff some in college, but that was like the only time I've touched it. Other than that, if you want to do 3D, use Blender. If you're not required to use Maya, Blender will do pretty much anything Maya can. But yeah, Adobe, I used to do everything in Adobe because I used to have a student subscription, but I've switched almost everything off of it. If you're wondering, so now I do my drawings in Clip Studio Paint, which is also an amazing program that I'll vouch for, and it's also a one-time purchase. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but they do have good sales from time to time. But it's also very recommended program. And I now do my video editing in DaVinci Resolve, which does have a free version, but even their pro version is not that much more expensive than a year or two of Adobe. So, like, you know, there's a lot of good stuff that's out there that does compete. Just about the only thing that I've struggled to find a competitor for is, like, the text effects and stuff that I do in Photoshop, which in most areas, GIMP competes pretty well with Photoshop, but I just couldn't figure out their text settings. I had a really hard time with it, so still using Adobe for now. But other than that, get out of here. Like, this subscription model, in most cases, subscription models are stupid, IMO. And I say that here as I'm sitting on Twitch, and Twitch, you know, Twitch has subscriptions. I shouldn't be saying this, but at the same time, Twitch subscriptions are a little different because it's not like they're charging you month by month to use this whole service. It's more of a supporting creators thing, so it is a little bit different. I really wish Adobe would, like, I would pay more for Adobe's products one time than for continuing on long term like this. I would much rather pay a higher upfront fee than this ongoing subscription nonsense. Oh no, I'm so sorry that your computer lagged out like that. That's not good. Yeah, we're throwing shade at subscription model software right now, and specifically Adobe, because Adobe is the notorious offender. And, like, you know, their products are pretty good. I just wish they didn't charge freaking high price for them as much. But yeah, the free version of DaVinci Resolve is really, really good if you're just starting out. I only got the upgraded one because, you know, I do YouTube stuff a lot. And so I get a lot of mileage for this video editor, and I did want access to some of the higher settings for it. I'm gonna woof these guys in the grass, and we're gonna do a snooze, and there's coyotes. Okay. I gotta actually focus for a sec. Where are these heckers? Alright, everybody's in the grass. Where are these fools? Get out of here. Leave. Be gone. Away with thee. Alright. So yeah, but the free version is gonna do pretty well for almost everything that you will need, in an amateur context. If you're not doing YouTube to the degree of, like, wanting to be very professional with it, you're probably not gonna need the paid version. Oh yeah, Sky recovered, so she's still low on health, but she is healing. Let's whip the puppies back out because some of them are still kind of hungry, or squeak them back out. Oh yeah, Tool Sai is another good one. Rain just recommended that one for it. I personally can't vouch for it, but I know she uses it, and she's done some dang good art in it. So, but I've also heard very many great things about that one in general. That one and Clip Studio seem to be pretty good, and there are free versions. There's Krita, there's Paint.net is good for stuff like pixel art. I used to use that for pixel art. There's, what's the other one? Fire Alpaca. Fire Alpaca is the one I was thinking of. This has turned into me vouching for different softwares. Any of you companies want to sponsor me, come talk to me. Not Adobe, though. No, I'm not vouching for you. I'm sorry. I don't even think I'm big enough to get noticed by Adobe. Imagine, like, actually turning them down, though. That'd be a heck of a play. But I don't think Adobe needs too many people to vouch for them because almost everybody already does. But yeah, that's good. That is good as well. Oh no. Autodesk Sketchbook. I've heard about that one too. I don't know as much about it though. And yeah, generally I definitely prefer upfront to subscription. I like when, and like, you know, I understand, you know, these companies need to make money. I'm not going to say that they shouldn't charge anything for their products, just frickin' Adobe has plans that are so freaking expensive that it makes it like prohibitively unaffordable when it really doesn't need to be. And that's more of what I have an issue with. All right, everybody stay in the grass. Stay in the grass. Oh boy, this is not what I was hoping for because Puma is not full on health. Where are these heckers? I don't see them. Over. Nope, that's... Oh, there. I see. Get out of here. Get out of here. Leave. Be gone. Just one of you? Good. Yeah, leave. Hi, Evie. Evie's like, what are you yelling about? I'm yelling at the stranger wolves, hun. She's flopped herself down by my chair again and is just sprawling. She wants me to play with her. Her favorite thing is... It's hilarious. She fits the very classic cats, like, you know, you get them a toy and they like the box. She very fits that because her favorite toy is a stick under a rug. Like this cat goes absolutely wild for it. It's so funny. I think I've shown some pictures of, I think I've shown a little bit of video of her playing like that. I just want to make sure nothing's here. I don't think it should be. But let's call them back out and then we'll play with them a little bit because they are getting a little on affinity. But she'll sit here and she'll lay down and she'll make little noises until I play with her. But don't worry, I will play with her afterwards. She wants to play constantly. She either wants to sleep or she wants to play, and I'm glad she's having such a good time. But It is very funny, and she will do this and just like quietly be within my field of vision, and this is how she tries to get my attention. Yeah, exactly. Adobe has like every school in the nation vouching for him. Meetabang is another one that I've heard could be good. I don't have personal experience with that one either, but I have. Oh, okay. I guess we're done socializing then. Yeah, Adobe is industry standard, which honestly, like, I used to like the, like, I will admit, like, I did used to really like the Adobe animation software, but now I honestly like, I like the Clip Studio Paint one better. I think they have better animation software, at least I prefer it. I prefer that the way that they do their animation in their program. Let's go down here and try to claim this one hex. That looks like it's getting claimed over. Hello? Did I just trip on something at random? I did! The toy shovel is here. I didn't even see it in the set. Alright, we'll run this back to the rendezvous site really fast then. Oh yeah, Open Tunes is another good animation one. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember I looked at that one. I looked at that one a while ago. I did have a hard time figuring out how to use it, but I was also younger when I did that, so I might have just not had as much experience. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes the wolf packs in this are a little bit intense. Human urge to spam visibility on a layer to figure out what's on it. Oh my gosh, yeah. That's the one thing of the way that I do my my time lapses on. It's on the JZX535 channel on YouTube. I do time lapses of a lot of my art. But you don't get to see me toggling everything on and off. It's not real time. It's CSP actually has an export feature, which is what I use, which is great because, like, I don't always work on my drawings in one big chunk, which makes it hard to record speed paints. But it actually has a time lapse feature, which is really cool, and I very appreciate it because it's actually made that possible because it like takes snapshots whenever you make an edit, pretty much. Big file size, but very, very handy, and not big when you're used to dealing with WolfQuest videos. Seriously, the WolfQuest videos files. I have to have terabytes of storage for WolfQuest. It's a little bit insane for all the video files. Goodness. And I'm not even joking. I do have terabytes of storage on this computer, and it's still not enough. But yeah. What was I even talking about? I was talking about how it has that time-lapse feature. I'm gonna keep vouching for CSP. I've heard that a lot of the other ones are good too, though. So it sounds like there's quite a few good options in terms of just like an art program. It's sometimes the more advanced and little specific things that can be harder to find a replacement for. Your cat's name is Death Destroyer, and he likes to eat paper when you're doing homework or stuff. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. And I guess you can say that the cat ate your homework. Evie doesn't really eat stuff, but oh my goodness, no. She did eat one thing once. I made the mistake of leaving a bag of cat food, a sealed bag of cat food, out on the stairs. And she gnawed through it with her teeth. We know she used her teeth like a freaking squirrel and almost ripped the bag open. I still don't understand. I don't understand any of this. But now I have to keep her cat food bags out of reach and away in storage because she'll just, I guess, chew her way through them to get food. Hi, yes, I'm talking about you. I don't know if you can hear her fussing at me. But yeah, she just chewed her way through it like some kind of giant squirrel, I guess. But yeah, Death Destroyer is an incredible name. Oh yeah, and good night, Lizzie and Molly too. Thank you for joining us. Oh my word. Oh wow. Longest project, but oh my goodness, it was 88 hours. That's wild. Aw, yeah, black cats are cute. A lot of my, I think, well, not all of them. You know, I have had exclusively black or gray cats throughout my entire life. I've just realized this. I have just realized this. All of my cats have been either black or gray. What is that? But no, yeah, my black kitties are some of the sweetest kitties. Like, you know, they don't, there's absolutely nothing wrong about black cats. They're not any less lucky than any cat. They don't bring you bad luck. They're not going to be any worse of a pet than any other type of cat, and like they don't deserve the reputation whatsoever. The only disadvantage of having a black cat is that it's even harder to see them at night. You got to bring a flashlight and look for the eyes, otherwise you will see nothing but shadow. So, yep, that is the one disadvantage of having a black cat, but honestly, like, that's more funny than anything else. I love black cats. You want to name your cat Sock in the future? That's amazing. I love how there's such a wide variety of names that work for cats. It's incredible. Oh, you heard her a little earlier when I was telling her she was out of reach. Yeah, she wanders in and she goes, "Mwah," at me. There's one episode coming up when, oh my goodness, she was just, I don't know what was up. She was on one that night. I don't know why she was just so... Like, she was very upset that I was doing videos instead of giving her attention. And so she decided it was her job to proclaim to all of YouTube how neglected she was because I did not give her attention immediately in that moment. And so she stood by my chair and yelled, and that's an episode you guys will see coming up. I promise we'll be back to videos soon, guys. I just got very behind because the last week was a little bit chaotic, but we'll be back to that soon. Hello, welcome to the stream, Katana. Oh yeah, some black cats are very, very sweet. I mean, not all cats are gonna be like super sweet, but you know, they're still great pets. I loved though, one of my first cats was just this cranky old grandma cat, and we were all a little scared of her. But I loved her. She was a gremlin child, but she was our gremlin child, and she introduced a healthy amount of fear into our lives. But yeah, cats are great. Cats are great. There's a cat named Egg in Warrior Cats? Oh my goodness. I don't keep up that well with warrior cats. But that's incredible. How dare I make a video instead of giving her attention, right? Exactly. I definitely didn't take breaks between every episode to play with her too. And she went right back to yelling. Oh my goodness. Wow, I didn't know that. I knew like the more traditional warrior cats names. You had an orange striped cat named Rainbow and then found out that she was a he. Oh no. I don't think we've ever had that happen with a kitty before. But yeah, that can be a thing. Oh, that would be a surprise. You want a cat named Pretzel? Oh my goodness, all these creative cat names are just the best. Oh my goodness. Oh, I remember you telling me about Tater Tot. Your dog is a gremlin child. That dogs certainly can be as well. The greatest crime is denying your kitty attention. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I still feel like the best, like one of the best characterizations of cat is Miette. I don't know if you guys have seen the Miette tweet, but that just so sums up cats. That's just how they are. It's incredible. Pretzel is a good name for pets, yes. Am I a dog person? I feel like I'm kind of in general just an animal person. I think I am a little bit of a dog person, leaning that way, but I certainly love cats too. And I'm also, like, I'm more allergic to cats than I am to dogs. I'm actually, hilariously, I'm allergic to both. But I'm a little bit more allergic to cats, so it depends. I didn't think I was going to be able to have a cat, actually, for a long time. I didn't think I was going to be able to have a cat when I was out on my own. We always had family cats, but I was, you know, they just stayed out of my room. But Evie is actually my cat, and it was a really unexpected blessing because, you know, I kind of took her in out of necessity. What am I hearing? Oh, there's mule deer. Oh, are there babies? Is there food? Snack time? Time for snack? Oh, I think so. Yep, time for snack. Okay. But it was a really unexpected blessing because, as it turns out, I'm not very allergic to Evie. There's some cats that I'm more allergic to than others, and I have, like, almost no reaction to her, so who knew? I didn't even think this would be possible, but as it turns out, it's been fine. But yeah, I think overall, more than anything, I am just an animal person in general. I probably am, like, yeah, I think I am very associated with canines due to, you know, all of the WolfQuest. And I do love dogs as well. But I've had more cats in my life than I've had dogs, mostly because I think my family especially is more cat people. But I love them both. Where did the mule deer go? I wanted more. I wanted to eat more mule deer. Did they run this way? They went down here. Did they go down here? Mule deer fawn. They running this way? Yep, I see them. Okay. Catch you later, Petra. Thank you for joining us. Oh yeah, sometimes allergies do go away. I don't know if mine, I don't think mine has, but I definitely am more or less allergic to some animals than others. It depends on the type of fur, I think, because I was also not very allergic to Beanie, and Evie does have a similar fur texture to Beanie, so I guess maybe they just have like the same kind of fur type that is not as difficult for me. So we'll see. Yeah, sometimes, and you know, like, if you love animals and you know an allergy isn't always an obstacle, sometimes you can find ways around it. There's a lot of allergy medicines available now. I used to take some of those to help with it as well, so it just depends, like, on what you can figure out. If you can make something work, then by all means go for it. Oh my goodness. Do I have siblings? I have a brother. I don't think he has very much internet presence. But yeah. So, I don't know much about warrior cats, but it seems like a time. Oh, this one, the mother's actually going to attack me probably, so we gotta be careful, because she's going to kick me and it's not gonna be fun. Are you thinking you're gonna do an attack? I want her to not be, like, right here. Okay. Maybe we should actually go for the other one, because I think, oh my goodness, whose babies are these? There's so many. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna attack one of the others that's not being attended. Rip, yeah, that, sure, I guess. Oh my goodness. I really, okay, that was a thing. There's just so many baby mules here. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna run this back because I think we marked most of the territory, so let's bring the food back for the puppies. How they're actually probably, because we're mostly waiting on Skittles. Skittles is, I think, a runt because he's at 18 with 7 compared to the others being at 19 something. So I think we're mostly just waiting on him. So yeah. Let's see. I kind of talked and I'm like trying to make sure that I haven't missed too much. But let's go, oops, let's go over here. Yeah, this is one that I do want to mark as well. Just kind of want to touch up some of these areas here. Oh, yes, I know the hex is still strong, and we do still have the baby. We'll bring this back for Koji, because I think he's a little bit hungry once again as well. No spoilers for Jay. It's probably fine. Like, I mean, there's like 60 warrior cat books at this point. I don't think I'm going to get to read them all. I've already been spoiled on a lot of minor plot points because Like, I've not read Warrior Cats myself, but I've known so many people who have that I've heard a lot. The animation community does some hecka cool animation. I don't always understand it, but man, some of y'all can sure draw cats. But, yeah. So, I'm not too concerned about spoilers, because I think I've already heard a lot of stuff just by being in close proximity to this fandom for so long. I have read Into the Wild, I will say that. Yeah, I haven't read past that, but I read that one, and then I went into high school and had no free time. So that was the way of things. Alright, where is the scent post in this hex? Because it's not... Is that the scent post here? Okay, we'll see if this is or not. This is the Halloween map. Is the Halloween map still a thing? Are there still Halloween Easter eggs here in Slime Creek? Because I thought they said something about it at one point, but I think that was well, no, that wasn't when we took a break. Wait, no, this is the... I'm trying to do so many things at once and it's not working. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna call Koji over here. Oh, it's in Lost River. Okay. Oh, you mean maps, yeah, like, oh, the animations. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about, okay, I know we just talked about this. I have not many thoughts in my head tonight. I have seen some of the, I saw one, which one was it? I don't remember which one that I saw, but I saw one that was, really, really well done recently, like the backgrounds. I think it was This Is Halloween that I saw recently. I had a friend send it to me, and it's like, bruh, how are you this good at animation? What in the heck? The moving backgrounds. But that one I think was kind of a more violent one, I think, possibly. So, disclaimer on that one, if you're gonna look it up, be a little bit careful. Really well done, a little bit creepy. That's right. Yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts in my head. I spent all my brain cells on writing. That's probably what I'm gonna go back to. I always have the problem of, like, I vibe too hard and then, like, my brain is still writer brain mode, and I'm like, no thoughts, only characters, and a little bit of WolfQuest. I'm gonna just end up delving right back into that when we're done with this, so I am a little bit head empty at the moment. Yeah, and that's like the thing, so we're talking about the Warrior Cats animation community. Sometimes Warrior Cats gets a little bit violent, so definitely keep that in mind. If you're an older-ish person, then, you know, be advised. If you're a younger-ish person, maybe get an adult to to check things first, especially if you're a very youngerish person, because some of them are a little bit scary. Some of them are a little bit more intense than the things that I generally show on this channel. So I didn't want to pick up Skittles. I wanted to feed Skittles. Oh, look at Moose with the shovel though. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry you've been sick. I'll be praying too, because that is not fun. I was feeling a little under the weather recently too, and not fun times. Hopefully it'll pass quickly. Yeah, I don't remember enough about Warriors to know enough about the writing. I just know that it's been a subject. And at this point, like, I don't know. I'm just on the fringe. I just came to watch the cool cat videos. I don't know enough about Warrior Cats to have an opinion. Y'all draw some really cool cats sometimes. Oh, gotcha, yeah. And that's very fair. Like, what Rain is saying is sometimes when you're an adult, reading can be a little bit different than when you're a kid, because, like, the kinds, like she put it, your needs in fiction are different when you're a child, and I think that's really true. Like, it's even, oh dear, oh no. It's often symbolized, and, like, this has been really interesting to see rereading my own stories, but it's very interesting because if you look at a lot of, YA stories, you know, you obviously tend to have younger protagonists, which makes sense. But then you go back and you look at these stories as an adult, and it's like, my gosh, why were these teenagers running around trying to save the world? Where are their parents? As a kid, you know, you don't question it, but then as an adult, it's just like, where are all the adults, and why are they so incompetent? Why are they letting these kids go and save the world? This shouldn't be. And so, like, you know, you relate to, when you're in a different place, at different times in your life, and that's, you know, that's okay. It's just what growing up is. But that's very valid of, you know, a story that works better for people who are younger is not necessarily always going to appeal to adults in the same way. So let's see. That is very fair. Oh no. Goodness. Yeah, I only read like the first book, so I know there's a lot of arcs, and I know the series has been running for a long time, but I don't know too much about the specifics of them. But yeah, you know, I think it just kind of depends. Oh, I think I hit squeak instead of woof, didn't I? Oh, well, that'll give them a chance to eat a little bit more. They're still kind of hungry. We should probably take Koji with us to hunt this next time, too, because I think we might need to get, like, some actual food, or at least catch multiple deer for him or something. And he's gonna bring Birch back. Alright, let's woof him back in the den. Or, den? Grass. But yeah, so, like, and I think, you know, I think that's something... Here, I'm gonna sleep. I think that's something that a lot of people get wrong today, is understanding how to write for different life stages, because yes, kids are going to be looking for different things in a book or in a movie than teenagers are, and teenagers are going to be looking for different things than adults. But somehow it feels like that gets translated to kids are stupid. And that's not true. That's not at all what that means. Kids are not stupid. Kids are very, very smart, but they don't have life experience yet. And, you know, if you are a kid, you know, you'll get that life experience in time. But, you know, I feel like that's where we've kind of got this, I guess I don't want to put it like that, but the plague of fart jokes. Now, you know, okay, I'm not gonna say that a fart joke can't be funny. You know, sometimes it is funny. But when that's all the substance that a story has, it really doesn't, like, that's not, you know, I know that can be funnier when you're a young person, but that's so missing the point of what younger people are looking for, what kids are looking for in a story. It doesn't mean that they can't grasp higher concepts. It doesn't mean that they don't want to, you know, kids need to be treated with respect and, you know, with the understanding that they have. It's more a difference of life experience and maturity than it is that they're not smart. That's not true. Oh, good, and Koji did come with us. It's just not true that all kids can appreciate is fart jokes, and I feel like too often that's what stories meant for younger people turn into nowadays, and then you get certain franchises that have a little bit worn out their welcome and have turned into just a parade of nothing but toilet humor, and it's very tiring. I want, and you know, like, that's something that I want to try to do here on this channel, is I'm trying to make all ages content by, you know, presenting stories that are, you know, not containing content that's unacceptable for kids, that's going to be containing adult themes or adult language or adult humor or stuff, but that's going to, you know, have a level of depth that is more understandable with more age. So the more life experience that you have, the more you can understand the deeper parts of it, I guess. That's what I want to do with my story. They have, you know, layers, and, you know, yeah, a kid is probably not going to understand all the layers, but, you know, that doesn't mean that that kid's not smart, I guess. And that, you know, where you're at, I'm struggling with my words a bit here, but I guess it's just, I really feel like we skewed the concept of maturity versus immaturity, kind of, and turned it into a spectrum of toilet humor to adult content, so-called. And I really just don't like that. I have problems. I have some problems, yeah. And, like, okay, I still laugh at fart humor. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it can be funny. It can be very overdone, and sometimes it's not funny. But, you know, sometimes it is. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with a little hee-hee, silly, stinky humor. But, again, like, it just depends on how it's done, and like if that's the only substance that something has, what are you doing? Like it can't be all it is, I guess. Oh yes, that's an excellent one. That's an excellent example, yeah. Rain said there's a blog post I see once in a while that talks about how funny Finding Nemo is because the sharks are gathered like it's an AA meeting, but no kid would get that joke. It's entertaining for its own sake for everyone because the shark trying not to eat fish is also funny for a kid. That's exactly what I'm talking about, and that's the kind of adult humor that I think is really, really cool. Another series that did this really well was VeggieTales. VeggieTales had a whole freaking Lord of the Rings parody, and when I first saw it as a kid, I didn't know squat about Lord of the Rings. I hadn't read it, didn't even know what it was at the time probably, but it was still funny. But then I came back and watched it again after I'd read Lord of the Rings and, was much more of a Lord of the Rings fan, and it's hilarious. The way that they parodied it is the funniest thing. It is just absolutely hilarious. And like that was done really well because like you didn't need to appreciate it. You didn't need to know Lord of the Rings to be able to appreciate it as a kid. But when you have that context, then it gets even funnier. And so like that's something I think that I wish people would take adult humor more to be, I guess, that it doesn't just have to be something that kids shouldn't be exposed to at that age. And I will say that. Whoop. Oh goodness, I think Koji got kicked, but it's okay. He can still eat. He's pretty full on food. I definitely think we do need to be cautious though, and if you're a kid on the internet, please be very careful. There's a lot of things out there that you don't want to be seeing at your age that you want to. I don't know, the internet is a wild place. But I think there is a distinction there, and I think people get wrong what that distinction is and end up just dumbing things down, and that's not good. That's not what kids want, that's not what adults want, that's not what anyone wants, except for the people who think that they're doing a good job. But yeah, so that's kind of my tangent on it. Yeah, Pixar is another one that does it really, really well. They have so many good setups in their movies, and like you can come back and appreciate it. So like, for example, think about Up. I watched that when I was pretty young, and like I didn't get all of the nuances of the married relationship that they had. Like that wasn't super relatable for me as a kid. But looking back on like the beauty of how that relationship was written in that, and the feels surrounding it, like I appreciate that a lot more as an adult. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, is like kids aren't stupid, they just have different life experiences and different maturity levels, and you can still create something that can be appreciated by a kid, that a kid can understand. It doesn't have to be just super dumbed down, otherwise it's yo, thank you for the subs. Shiba was here, thank you for the sub. Hello? Is this? Oh, it's an eagle on a carcass. Okay, well, we'll eat here then. I will eat this. We'll see if this kills us up or not. But I guess that's just something that is very missing, is it's not about dumbing things down for a kid to understand. That's really disrespectful to kids, because kids are hecka smart. But, and like, I think kids know when they're being. Like, I remember as a kid kind of understanding, if an adult was talking down to me. Kids know. They're not stupid the way adults seem to think they are. Like, how did we lose that part of ourselves? We were all kids once. So I guess that's just my frustration is, yes, kids have a different maturity level. Yes, kids have a different life experience, but that doesn't mean you can't create a deep story that has layers, and the more of those layers can be appreciated with time as you get older and you get more life experience and you get more maturity. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Whoa. Another? Okay. I'm do eat. Oh yeah, Coco is another really, really good one. Every kid has that one movie they just watch over and over and over again. Oh my goodness, yes. Yep. I had that. That was me in How to Train a Dragon. That was my movie as a kid. And like, even that one too, that's another movie that has a lot of nuance to it. It has like, a lot of depth when you sit and analyze it. And like, you know, as a kid, I didn't get all of that. I think I was like 12 when How to Train Your Dragon came out? I think I was. It was 2010. My gosh, it's 11 years old. What in the heck? Oh my goodness gracious. That movie is older than it feels like. Oh my goodness, now I feel old. But, you know, like, that movie has a lot of depth and a lot of nuance, and, like, you know, okay, on the surface you have the cool story about, you know, an outcast kid getting to tame a frickin' dragon, and it's really cool. But, like, the more you get into the nuance and the subtleties of the relationships, and, like, you know, there's a lot of depth in Hiccup's relationship with his father. There's a lot of depth there that I did not understand the nuance of as a kid. But now, as an adult, you know, I'm like, wow, that was really deep, really well written, and it has a lot more depth than I ever realized. And so, like, you know, I think that's something that people miss a lot when you're writing a, quote, kids movie. And, you know, I do think that kids have different needs in some areas of, such as, you know, something that might be scarier can be especially scary when you're a kid. And, you know, like, I had friends whose younger siblings were scared of How to Train Your Dragon, which is understandable because the ending of that movie gets a little intense. But, you know, like, barring that kind of thing, I think there's just a lot, I just have a lot of complaints with the way stories for kids are presented, and I think that's why I want to be a YA writer now. I think that's why I still end up writing a lot of my work falls in the YA category, because first of all, those stories were super important to me at that time of life, and I think that resonated with me that, hey, this is when these stories are really impactful and meaningful to me. But also I see a lot of people who are just not doing it well nowadays, and I'm like, but I want to fix that though. But I want to make stories for this generation that are actually, like, not just dumbed down, I guess. Alright, let me try and catch up on this with this. Oh, Cars. Oh my goodness. I do remember Cars. I was not, like, super into it, but that was another good one too. I just recently watched All Dogs Go to Heaven. Gosh. And that movie, like, don't get me wrong, it's a good movie, but a fever dream is an excellent way of describing it, right? I was like, man, this is something. This is something. Yes, Kung Fu Panda is excellent. I actually haven't seen Planes, though. Let's see. Oh my goodness. You ate spinach thanks to watching Land Before Time. That's incredible. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I loved Land Before Time when I was very young. Actually, that was probably a pretty scary movie for me. Why was I watching that movie as young as I was? That one has some intense scenes, although I had a fairly high threshold. Okay, we're so close. I'm just gonna keep going because it is about time to stop, but yeah, how much do the pups weigh? You're just asking that, Ross. We are just waiting on Skittles to have a little bit more, so I think one more day should do it. One more day and one more feeding. Let's go ahead, we'll move him back in the grass, and then we will sleep through the night, and we'll go have another day, I think. We've just rounded out some territory. Oh my goodness. You want to eat leaves because the dinosaurs eat them? Sure. Your parents didn't complain. I mean, fair enough. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I do think How to Train Your Dragon did a really good job of... Oh, I didn't want to howl, I wanted to sleep. Oh, well. But they did a really good job of, like, and I don't want to totally spoil the ending, because if you haven't seen it, it's a good movie, you should watch it. I will vouch for this movie constantly, because it's very, very good. But, like, you know, there was some real ongoing implications of the ending that were very personal to the characters, and they did a really good job with the way that they handled that. I felt like, Oh, I guess that's it. I guess that is the ending. Okay. You've kept your pups alive and growing in the round of your sights. You've now completed the Slough Creek episode. Congratulations. There's coyotes. Alright, I'm gonna yeet out of this so that we can make sure that they don't immediately die. Hold on. Let me free. Stay in the grass, stay in the grass, stay in the grass, stay in the grass. Where are the coyotes? Oh my goodness. Immediately predator attack. Oh, good. Koji got him. Good. All right. So that is actually the end of the Slough Creek episode for these guys. The Puma's second litter is complete. And I'm actually going to go ahead. We will save and we will take a really quick look at the pups. And get a brief glance through them here, and then next time we'll be starting off with litter number 3. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Chat is talking about pickles. All right, I'm gonna switch over just really briefly, and I will be back in a second. Alright, here we are. So first of all, we have Puma and the family tree here. We actually have Peregrine and Remus here in the family tree too. I like that it extends back that far. I don't know if it always did that or not, but then of course Puma and Koji, we can see their stats here too. We forgot the prediction. I guess it kind of was interrupted though. The ending was a little bit... yeah, Chad is talking about pickles. If you guys are watching this on YouTube and you want to partake in the absolute insanity that is chat sometimes, and I mean that in the most loving way possible, you guys can come check us out on at JZX535 at twitch.tv. We stream most Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 to 8 p.m. PST. But here we have the puppies from this litter, or this is from the first litter. What am I doing? We should be looking at the second one here. This is the new ones. First pups, we will be having the air polls for them soon. I'm just running behind on everything, thanks to having recently moved. Family tree feature, my beloved. Yes, I love it. It's excellent. We do go off on a lot of tangents. Also, for the record, I do really like pickles. I actually do like them on burgers, but like maybe in smaller quantities. I don't know. I'm weird about what condiments I like on my burgers or not. I don't know. Some of my food choices I think would scare you guys though. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they include whether they are male or female as well now too, which is nice. So first off we have Autumn. Oh, she does have a really pretty red coat too. Like look at, we get to see the linky babies. We have Sky, is a little bit more grayish coat. And I should be reading off the stats too. So +1 speed, -1 health for Autumn, +1 strength, +1 speed, and -2 health for Sky, +1 strength and +1 stamina, but -2 health. Lots of low health. Just Puma has low health and Koji has low health, so I bet that's going to be common through the pups. Splash actually has neutral health though, so -1 stamina, +1 speed. Skittles is not the runt. Skittles was just small, I guess. -1 stamina and 1 speed. And then Moose has -2 health, 1 strength, and 1 stamina. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and we will make these into playable wolves here, and then we will go ahead and take a look at them. So give me just a moment here once again. Okay, thanks to the way that the search bar up here, search bar my beloved, works, we can actually look at just the member of the Timberwood pack. So this will actually show the younger pups too, but we won't take or the now they be older, the previous litter of pups. We won't be actually taking a look at them. This is Rainbow, not Puma. I was gonna try to go to Puma. Rainbow is one of our first litter ones. We happen to get the same coat as her mom, but as you can see, we've got some of our wolves here, so we'll be scrolling through. And first off, it looks like it's Skittles, who got a really cool coat. Look at this. And guys, the scroll bar works. Thank you, WolfQuest team, the scroll bar works. I love it so much. We can actually see which coat now. So this is the 755M coat that Skittles got, and it's this white one, but it is actually, as you can see, genetic coat color black. So that is an unusual one, but so for the, I think it's Founders Hall of Fame and Cool Coats, I'm not 100% sure, but they actually like gene tested these wolves, and so they know that they have the genetic black coat, even though some of them, like Cinderella or 755M, have the white colored coats. They have the black coat gene, and that's the way dog genetics work, is a little strange. It is possible to have a white colored coated wolf that has a black genetically black colored coat, but that's kind of a weird little tidbit about those genetics. Yes, search bar my beloved. Oh no, you do RNG difficulty with the dice, and oh my goodness, that's insane accurate 3 times in a row. Man, I feel that with D&D sometimes. It is a fun way to decide difficulty though, and it does add a surprise. But yeah, he got a really cool one. He did get the nose color actually, because Puma has that brown stripe, so it's a little bit similar. And he has these really kind of orangey eyes. Let's listen to his howls too. Yeah, I do. This is one of my favorite coats as well. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Actually, those are both pretty similar, but they're very nice. Once again, these are not selectable right now, but we do run a thing where if you are a member of Patreon, you have the chance to submit ideas for that. And then we've seen his stats already, and he is the 8M member. He is the second to last born of this litter, I believe. Yeah, most genetics are kind of complex. I have a weird amount of experience with canine genetics because I've tried to replicate them in Minecraft, which is a lengthy story. But here's Sky. So yeah, I kind of loosely understand how that works, but it's weird. Oh my goodness. So let's see. It looks like Sky actually has the Lunico, which is a very pretty one. This is definitely one of my favorites. We saw it pop up a lot at first, and it's been turned down a lot, but I still love to see it when it does show up. It's very pretty. I like the black on white. Yeah, genetics are cool but confusing. You've seen my mod. Yeah, some of you guys probably know about the Minecraft mod. It's not dead. It's just taking forever. I am still working on it though. But so Sky got this kind of greeny golden sort of eye color actually, and then let's listen to her howls. Ooh, that's another deeper one, and then this one. And another very, very nice one. I never know how to describe the howls, but like, I love them all. They're very, very pretty. And also, Rain has just said, sometimes regrettably J codes. Yes, this is an excellent description of it. Sometimes coding is a pain, but I do it, and it's a time. But yeah, mostly I make little things in Minecraft. But again, we've seen Sky's stats, and then, you know, we don't have too much here. But let's go ahead, we'll go back, we'll see who else we have from this litter. This is Splash. Ooh, is this the same coat? Is this the, no, this is half black. Oh, right, because yeah, okay. Ah, that's another cool one. And again, a little bit of a nose stripe. You can kind of see that here. A little bit there too. Kind of seems to run in the family. That's pretty funny. Yeah, pretty much. what keeps happening is I can't keep up with the Minecraft updates. I keep unsporting the Java version, but I'm not here to rant about my coding. Someday I will actually beat the Minecraft update and get this mod out, but good gracious, it has been a time. But yeah, Splash has these really, really pretty, again, very greeny kind of yellow eyes. They stand out very well against his coat too. He's very pretty. Yeah, I really like his looks. He ended up, I don't know if we had a wolf that got the half black coat before too, but he's really, really pretty. And then as for his howls, ooh, that's I think the same one that Sky had, isn't it? And then this one. Are those identical? No, I think she had 11. He has 12. Very pretty nonetheless, though. Coding is just as confusing as genetics. Yes, which is why you can see why it would be incredibly confusing to try and code genetics. Oh my goodness, why did I do that? It seemed like a cool idea, and now I'm just like, this is so involved. I have... Oh my goodness, I have so much more respect for how complicated genetics are now. But yeah, so he has his stats here. We won't touch on him too much because we already looked at him as a puppy. But yeah, so that is Splash. You want to learn Java but coding scares you. Honestly, like, just go for it is the best advice that I have. It can be a little scary, but like, it is very fun and very rewarding as well at times. At times. It can be frustrating too, but it is a fun time sometimes. It's nice when things work, and you don't learn if you don't try, is my philosophy on it. But here we have Autumn. She actually has is this the Mackenzie coat? No! This is an NPC coat! This is an NPC coat, you guys! Oh, I think it's a variant of the original black. But yeah, you can see. Oh, it is! Yeah, you can see it's kind of the same markings, but it's a little bit more desaturated, and it's not marked as the original coat. So because none of these are selected, we know that Autumn has an NPC coat. That's really, really cool! So you can actually tell for sure if a wolf is an NPC coat now. Nice. But yeah, I like this variation on the NPC coat too. I don't know that I've ever actually seen this one before. But she once again has those kind of pretty classic greeny yellow eyes. Very, very pretty. And then for Howls, 1 and 6, that's a different arrangement. Ah, the classic howl. And then the secondary. Ooh, also a nice one. Yeah, some mods update very fast, and I'm just like, my gosh, how do you do it? How do you have the time for this? Again, we're not going to see any customizations here. Sometimes you see a radio collar, but not this time. She does look a little bit grumpy, just a slight bit. And then here are her stats. Isn't she the same color as Remus? Remus was not an NPC coat. Remus was, I think, I want to say 859 or 925. But she does have pretty similar looking coat to him, yes. It's not the same one, but it definitely does, it does kind of, it is reminiscent of it, very much so. Alright, oh, Birch got another one of my favorite coats. Look at this one. This is the Casanova Coat. I am such a sucker for black and white designs. Oh my goodness, it's just, I love him. I love him so much. Oh my goodness, look at his little white throat and chest. It's so cute. And again, he got that classic eye color. This pack is really becoming known for this eye color. They're all of the wolves in this litter pretty much have had this very similar one. Yeah, I kind of understand the mixed feelings on the NPC coats as well, because they are a fun reward, but also make wolf with NPC coats. It's a duality, but I do think it's a really fun surprise when they do pop up. Well, let's go ahead and we'll listen to Birch's howls as well. Ooh, that's a pretty one. And then this one. I swear, that howl will always make me think of the Narnia movies. There's a howl very similar, just like that one and that one. I don't know if it's the same one, but it's pretty dang close. Again, we're not going to see any customizations here. But again, his stats, and then not too much here at the moment. Yeah, I like the different howls. The second one is a very pretty one too. All right, who is next? Lynx is from the first litter. Moose. Oh, Moose got another cool one. Which one is this? This is 21M. Oh, this is a different one. And once again, one of those black coats that or white coats that is actually black. Black coat that looks white. It's kind of an interesting one. An interesting interplay of genetics. And he actually has a different eye color too. He has the more brownish eye color. We have seen this one pop up quite a few times in this family as well, but not too much in this litter. He has kind of the darker chocolatey eyes. And then let's listen to these ones, the howls here. Ooh, a bit of a deeper one. And then this one. That's a really high-pitched one. Oh my goodness. It's what it actually is so trying to explain genetics simply, if I remember correctly, that actually is all the pups. So let's just go back for a second here. So for these black coats that look white, what I believe the way that it works genetically is much as you have a coat that determines if the wolf is gonna have it. Basically what it is it's like it overlays black on top what's below. So if there's no black coat gene, the brown coat shines through. If there is a black coat gene, then the black coat overrides it. And it's not quite that simple, but that's kind of what it can be. But basically if I remember correctly what it is, what I think it could be, either they gray with age, which can happen, or I think there may even be a modifier that can turn black fur to white, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that was one of the things that was less researched when I was researching. So it's complicated. I don't even know if that's an understandable way of explaining it. And it doesn't actually let you tap I can't actually click on that right now, unfortunately, because that's something that doesn't work. You can only do that when you can actually select the coat. But yeah, basically it just explains it. And the interplay that these have on the game is that pups that have one black coat gene and one gray coat gene are less likely to get sick. Pups that have two gray coat genes are average likelihood of getting sick, and pups that have two black coat genes are higher likelihood of getting sick because they've studied these genes in IRL, and they do have ties to a wolf's disease resistance, apparently, which is not something I would have known, but it's pretty cool to learn about. Yeah, flashbacks to Punnett Squares. But yeah, so if you think they agree with age, like white horses who are born a dark color, yeah, I think some of that could be, because a lot of these wolves, I think Cinderella was pretty old. A lot of these ones I think were older wolves. So I think it's either one of the two cases, and I'm less sure about the latter one, but there are definitely genes that cause graying with age as well. But yeah, it's really cool to see how those genetics have come into play here in the game. And they've done a pretty good job with the coat inheritance too, because you definitely do tend to get kind of a distinct set for each pack. Also, have we just gotten stupidly lucky? Because I think all of these wolves have a black coat. Which is wild, if so, because if we look at Puma's family tree, Remus has a black coat, and Peregrine doesn't. So Puma definitely has one black coat gene and one gray coat gene. And Koji does not have a black coat. Koji has two gray coat genes. So by all likelihood, half of these wolves should have gray coats? Did we just get unreasonably lucky? I guess maybe we have. What in the world is this RNG? Oh my goodness. That's wild. But yeah, the team really did do an incredible job on this game. Yeah, the Peregrine's black coat inheritance continues. See, the thing is, Remus could have been a double black coat gene, which would be rare because a lot of those wolves don't survive to adulthood due to being more susceptible to illness. But Peregrine definitely couldn't be. She was a gray coat. So Puma should not be double black coat gene. It shouldn't be possible. So this is just like some insane RNG. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up here because we are a little bit over time. Sorry for that, y'all. We got caught up looking at coats and talking about genetics. So thank you guys for joining us. I hope that you have enjoyed. We will be back next time to start the third litter and see how that goes. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.